Hello and welcome in this new project, Capriccio project. This is the asymmetrical sleeve with gathered detail here. This part is gathered and this part is not gathered. So we need, I'm going to show you how to mark this easily. This is how I do. This is the 1 centimeter allowance, seam allowance and gathering. So you should gather on this part here till here. And then you're going to sew this part like a dart. I will show you it later. But for now, let's mark it. So I'm going to cut away with the paper scissors along this margin. And then I'll show you how to mark the this part. And you're going to mark it on the wrong part. So this is the wrong part of the sleeve. It's rolling on itself, so it's going to be a little bit challenging, but okay, just know that you are going to mark it on the wrong side. So here it is. Don't throw this away, keep it for the next project. You can fix it with 2 pieces of duct tape, and then you can remove it again when you need to mark the margins. So okay, this is it. Now we're going to place it. I need 2 hands for this. Now we're going to place it on the sleeve, on the wrong part of the sleeve. So here it is. See? Put a weight so it doesn't move, it doesn't shift. Now, with a marker for the fabric, you're going to exactly here around the edge draw a line here until here, the apex, and then you're going to do it here on both sleeves. Here it is. As I said, it's rolling onto itself, but you should see the line. Okay, this is the line. Okay, this is the easiest way. This is how I also do the darts, by the way, which I will show you when we have a project for women with darts. Okay. We are going to do the same thing on the other sleeve. Okay, now on this part we are going to gather. I'm going to use my gathering foot. If you don't have a gathering foot, you could use elastic thread, shirring elastic. Okay, now until this point, so all this part, we should backstitch here so it doesn't move. So backstitch here. We are not going to start gathering immediately, just after 1.5 centimeter. It's around half an inch. So this part is going to stay without gathering. So you see, not immediately at the top. Start with a backstitch and gather. So you continue gathering. And when you're here at the apex, backstitch. The gathering is around double compared to the side that is not gathered, so not very thick gathering. Okay, here it is. Now we are going to place this gathered part on the non-gathered part. And we are going, usually I keep this part on top because I want to see my gathering, and when I sew, I want to go exactly into this gathering stitch. So when we pin these 2 parts, what I do is, when I pin, I want to see the pins covering perfectly this line. So if they do, I know when I'm going to stitch here, it's going to be a perfect stitching. So let me show you. So this is what I mean. I pinned on the part with the gathering, but then when you turn on the other side, you see the pins are exactly, except this one, which I'm going to change now. The pins are exactly here, you see, on the line that we draw with the marker. Also here. So this is I will change this one now. Okay, so you see, now I'm going to stitch exactly on this, on the gathering stitch, and I will show you how to end here. Okay, this part of this sleeve is easier, you see, because we start here. On the other side, we will have to start from the bottom, from the apex, which is this project, this sleeve, it does require a little bit of experience, okay? Not for the beginners, so I'll show you. Okay, let's do this stitch. Okay, so let's start with a back stitch, and now we're going to stitch inside here, and be very careful to stitch right on this stitching, because then when we open the sleeve, on the right side, we won't see the gathering stitch. You know, it's not very nice to see. We are going to cover it perfectly with the stitching. It's better to go here on this part of the sleeve than on this part. So you cover, as I said, perfectly the stitching. Now this part is a little bit tricky. So what you want to do is also here be very go slowly. One secret with the darts in general is if you close this part, the end, going little by little, so that here you see a very thin line, then you won't see ugly stuff on the right side. So let's go slowly and little by, just don't like this, no, just little by little until you get to the end. Okay, here in the bottom you finish by sorry, with one hand. You see, you finish with the back stitch. You see it's very thin here. Okay, let's see how it is on the right side. You see, very nice. You would want to check here. Okay, here you see the gathering is prettier than here, because here I did not gather very nicely, but this is how it should look. Okay, now you can leave it like this, or you can finish here with the serger. I'm going to finish with the serger. And what I forgot to say here, when you are stitching jersey in general with mitts, with straight stitch, you keep it short, 2 and 2. So the shorter is, the less it will break. Okay, here it is, how it should look. And this is on the other side. Okay, now comes the tricky part. So here on the other sleeve, we have the gathering. We need to start from here, from the bottom. You can also try on the other part, following the blue line, and see how it goes. And or you can do like as I do, start here. This is not an easy thing to do. So you need to start the line here needs to be thin. Also here you make it do so that it's as flat as possible on the other side. Okay, so start as, okay, little by little, follow the line. Okay, here, as I said, this is not an easy sleeve to do, so it takes some experience. Okay, otherwise try on the other part and following the line of the chalk. Okay, here it is. This jersey, cotton jersey here is very tricky. It rolls on itself, but this is it. Okay, now you proceed as you would do with a normal classic sleeve without any detail, with the Capriccio project. Okay, thank you for watching and have a nice day.